All right. Cool. So, oh, do you want to get the shameless plugs out of the way at the beginning or at the end?
We can do one at the beginning and the end.
Okay.
What it is, what it is. I'm gonna update people in the situation, then we can just get into it. So you want me to start the stream now?
Yeah. I just started mine, so.
Okay.
Let me make sure.
Let you know when it starts to show live on my feed, so we're not talking to ourselves here. Receiving your content.
Am I? Oh, I'm not recording the audio version. I guess I could just rip the audio version.
And yeah, we're on Twitch too.
No, fuck off.
All right, there you go. We're live. Welcome, Big Squad. So, okay, so before we get into it, a few updates. So I'm just gonna stick with audio for now because, like, the reason why I feel like I always procrastinate us never doing a podcast is because I'm just like, oh, you know, I gotta set all this stuff up, and it's gonna be long, and it's gonna be late, and I'm like trying to do all this other shit at the same time. So
it's a horrible, tedious process.
I think it's pretty reasonable to keep it like down to like an hour and some change, and not because we've had like 2-3 hour podcasts in the past episodes, and that's too long.
Yeah.
So I think.
Unless it's like absolutely called for, where it's just like this needs to happen, which doesn't happen often. So. But
I definitely will say that I intend on doing like a video version of the podcast again later. But like once again, I still stand by this when I said it before. I would want it to be like, in like a, I don't know, like a studio or something like other people do, and then somebody else would have to like manage it for me, which the way that I'm seeing things go, it looks like we're slowly inching into eventually having a I can see myself eventually getting to the point to where I have the capacity to do all that shit. Like,
what's going on, guys?
I will say we won't probably be reading the chat, but I have it on my screen, so I'll see everything. So
I'm reading my chat. I'm reading my chat because I only got a couple of guys.
But like the way that the chat goes, it might be too quick, so I might not read it all. But I see it all, so that's a bit of a disclaimer for that. And then there's one other thing that I was going to say. I'm trying to remember it because it was just like the last thing. Oh yeah, so I'm streaming on the main channel because the Heavenly Kings channel, it's just too much work to have to switch on like the restream and all this stuff. So I'm basically eliminating all of the factors that made this feel like a chore to do and just sort of streamlining the process. And then I'll just wait until somebody who can just do this shit for me. So if any of you guys in the stream, you're like, oh, I'll do that shit for you, that's fine. So you could email me, but I don't want obviously to just, if you actually are capable of doing that shit, like I don't need none of that bullshit or whatever. So but yeah, I mean, I'll approve on this interface and all that nonsense.
I'm trying to figure out how many things am I streaming to, because I was gonna pay for the restream thing so that way I could stream to multiple channels, so that way I could just promote my shit, because I'm tired of getting like no views. So let me see, how much is it to add another YouTube channel? I think it's like $5, right?
I think it's $5 or something. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll just use my Patreon money and pay for that. So
yeah,
because I'm getting like 20-something odd dollars.
For those of you guys who don't know, since like I feel like maybe there's just people who are either new to my channel or haven't been on the podcast before. So yeah, this is just me and Jay just talking about bullshit. It's not really specific to anything. So check out Jay's channel because he makes better videos than half the channels you're probably watching. Like, it's actually, you know what? It was kind of sad. I was going through my sub feed, Jay, and just unsubbing to anybody that I don't watch. Like that, I'm just subbed to. For
that explains why you mysteriously showed up on one of my videos. I was like, he must be scrubbing again.
I was going through my sub feed. No, I was already subscribed, but like I was going through my sub feed and unsubscribing and stuff. And then I was just like, I haven't watched one of Jay's videos in a while. Let me check this out. Thanks, Adrian, for the super chat. I was scrolling through and I was like, oh man, all right, let's check out one of Jay's videos and see how it compares to some of these other 100,000 subscriber channels. And like, honestly, when you really think about it, like the quality. So yeah, okay, so this I'm gonna do an audio version of the podcast. So if you guys hear any noises, that's probably what it is. Actually, you know what? I'm going to turn those off for the sake of the audio. But like I said, I still see them. They're still displayed, but I'm gonna turn those off. Okay, anyways, so yeah, but like I was looking at your video in comparison, I'm just like, you know, your content is like better than most people's videos, to be perfectly honest. Like, and that's not necessarily an insult nor a compliment to the other channels, or to your channel. It's just that most people's content is pretty bare bones, like, but it's just like,
yeah, I was going through looking for stuff for me to find. I was like, is there anybody that does like any videos that I want to sit and just watch and just listen to somebody talk? And I was just like, no, everybody's talking about bullshit. There's literally like 4 people.
There's a few people like I think like Will Smith, he has like his own YouTube channel.
Yeah.
He just recently made a channel trailer for it. I'm like, okay, you're not a legitimate YouTuber until you make a channel trailer. Then I acknowledge you. You know.
There you go. Exactly. So congratulations to Will Smith for getting a million subs. And also, if you are already a fan of mine, or if you are not a fan of mine, if you go to my stream, there's a link down in the description. You guys can get your Series 1.
I'll add your channel to the description.
Yeah, there we go. You guys can get your Series 1, I guess it's Season 1, gear of Canon Culture. I'm not going to make it available again, ever, period. There's just going to be a Season 2, a Season 3, and a Season 4. So you guys can get the early design stuff, like now. You can get the Legacy package. You guys can get all that shit. So you can go and get that now. And then, if you guys aren't aware, I host a daily show every single day called Canon Culture. Basically, oh my god, that is fucking loud. Holy shit. I forgot to turn my notifications off. But
daily show that's every day, yo.
Yeah. It's every day at 2 o'clock in the afternoon Pacific Standard Time. You guys can catch Canon Culture, where basically we're just talking about the entertainment industry. We're talking about stupid, dumb shit that white people do, stupid colonizer, cousin fucking bullshit that people do.
Like, I know a lot of daily shows, but not ones that are every day though. Like
yeah, so I try to keep it pretty consistent. The past 2 weeks I've had to go on hiatus though, because I just got casted in a movie and I'm in 2 plays, so that was a little difficult to be a part of. And actually, funny enough, I had an episode today that I was gonna do. Somebody wanted me to talk about how to make vision boards and stuff like that, and how to like achieve your goals a little bit better, and how to deal with like parents that don't want to fucking help you with shit. I will help you guys with a lot of that stuff. So you guys, if you're in high school, middle school, college, or whatever, and you're just having trouble talking to your parents about the shit that you want to do for a living, I got you. I basically have been through almost everything on this planet. I've lived for about 1,000 years, so if there's anybody that can help you, it's probably me. So you guys can go and check that out. And then I also do an Instagram version, and I'm trying to do... actually wanted to talk to you about this. So this is... We can kind of jump into this topic, and then eventually we'll talk about Dragon Ball Super, because I saw this week's episode, and that was kind of dope.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I actually want to talk about it this week. I have been looking into different social media platforms and stuff like that, and I got my first kind of partnership because of my Instagram following, which was really funny because I had applied to, there was a couple of sites that I had applied to because I'm above 2,500 now. And they were like, oh yeah, we usually work with channels for like, you know, with 5,000 subs, we like your content and stuff like that. And they specifically wanted to reach out to my Instagram and like have me do ads on my Instagram page. And I was like, okay, but I have more followers on my YouTube page. And they were like, oh, okay, it's fine. Do you have a developed Facebook page? And I went and I looked at my Facebook fan page, and I literally have like 68 likes, and I was like, okay, let me figure out how I can Gary V my way to get this to like 1,000 and something like that. So the question that I want to present to you is, do you think people still use Facebook? And from the people that do, like, is it probably like worth it for the market that we're in?
I can honestly say I have no fucking idea, because I don't use Facebook, so I can't really weigh in on that on either which way. Like, I could bullshit you, but I have no idea. So I'm not the person to ask about that. I use YouTube and I use Twitch, and yeah, it's about the extent of me. And Twitter, I guess you could count, but
Twitter to a certain extent, really. Like,
yeah,
not so much. And I only say that because Facebook still has like millions and millions of users per day, so I'm just wondering if that's like...
Yeah, I'm not denying that. I don't know, so I can't really give out any affirmative stats or experiences or anything. So
right. And thank you guys for all the subs. I would announce every single one, but we're kind of in the middle of a conversation. So another thing I wanted to really kind of like present an idea is have you seen this new YouTube update or some shit that people are talking about, as far as like the sending out notifications to people who are subscribed to you, and how they only do 10 to 20% because they don't want to quote unquote spam the people that are subscribed to you? Have you seen that?
Oh,
like, yeah,
I remember hearing Philip Franco talking about how his video didn't go in people's sub feeds because there was a gun in the thumbnail, but I haven't heard anything in regards to
okay, so let me find this tweet, and it's actually a video that you can play for this stream, and don't worry, there's no tits in it. So I mean, if it was, I mean, whatever, who cares? It's not the first time. But oh wow, let's see, this is a Bardock thumbnail. Let me go to my... Anyway, so let me explain it before I pull it up. So essentially it's an interview with a few of the staffing members from YouTube, and they were talking about how it's not a a subscription glitch or whatever. They just don't send it out to everyone immediately all at one time. They kind of trickle it in, and the way they made it seem like it was just, yeah, we're not sending it to everybody's sub feed like at all. It's not happening. Here we go. This guy Chaos Silencer, he tweeted about it, and it's a video with a few of the people who work on the YouTube team. Hold on, let me DM this to you real quick on Discord. Which I probably should be aware that there are deep fakes in there, so maybe I shouldn't have done that.
I don't know. I've been looking at those I guess maybe since all of the mainstream sites have shut down deepfakes, like if there's any significant updates, it's really hard to sort of find them or
Oh yeah, I'm archiving them in my Discord. So
I know that there's progress being made. It's just really hard to keep up with it because it's like, where will you look? Where will you monitor it? You know.
Exactly. And you know what's so interesting is even like some of the degenerate Discords I'm a part of, they're just like, nah, we're just gonna ban you immediately if you post stuff like that. I'm like, really? Really?
Maybe they just don't want to be at risk of them getting removed too, but it's whatever.
That's
it's really nuanced. Oh, I hadn't talked to you about this, Jay. How well, I guess it's not really any information, any news yet because it hasn't been confirmed or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I got emailed about, and I really had to give some thought about one of those sex doll companies wanting to send me a doll, and I was just like, in my video that I was talking about it, I was just like, I'm not about to pay for it. I would never buy one of these things, but hey, if someone sent me one for free, and then so I think maybe they might have watched that video. Especially, now I think about it, if I search sex doll, is my video the top result? Sometimes I have to wonder about that. I wonder how often that happens.
And if it is, how would you not get a video like that?
Full there's sex doll videos where they're not censored. I guess because they're dolls. I don't know.
Educational purposes.
Stuff.
Educational.
I'm not obviously gonna do it for my stream because I'm not trying to risk that. But for those of you guys, or Jay, you can do this too. Just type in sex doll and search, and there's just nudity everywhere. But I guess since they're dolls, like Barbies or whatever, it's okay. I don't know.
Oh wow.
So yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, right.
Oh, these are comprehensive reviews. Okay, these are interesting.
Yeah, clearly there's a market for this. There's a bunch of people doing comprehensive reviews of them. Damn,
I see. I'd buy one of these.
Man,
I would absolutely buy one of these.
This fucking Vice one at the top with 34 million views.
Oh, you're on the first page.
Oh yeah. I mean, I see that I'm on the front, but I'm like I wasn't aware that there was even this many. That's crazy. That's nuts to me.
I mean, there's a market for everything. So this Vice one, Slut Fever, making the world's first male sex doll.
Series and shit.
Yeah, it's
season 1.
Season 1, episode 1. Okay, this is a little odd. That's
yeah. So they emailed me. They're like, hey, we'll send you a sex doll, and we'll we'll send you the sex doll, and then we'll pay. You can make your specifications, and then we'll pay you a percentage of however many people buy one off of your video via your link or whatever the fuck. And I'm like, yeah, sure, okay, whatever. And they responded twice, but they haven't gone through the confirmation yet. So I wonder if maybe they changed their minds or didn't see the email or they weren't serious. I don't know. So we'll wait and see. But I'll definitely update if there's any further developments with that. So that was only 2 days ago, so it hasn't really been that long since I got the last email. But I just thought that was funny.
That's pretty dope. I mean, kind of opened the market a little bit. Why are there suddenly so many people fucking? It seems like. Have you ever done this thing where right when you get busy with doing something, you'll live stream or you'll start making a video or something, and then all of a sudden you just get mad notifications on your phone, like people just have never talked to you ever?
What I thought you were gonna say is then suddenly people in your house now need something from you because that's probably the biggest.
Oh
thing.
Yeah.
I'll be in my room alone, unattended for hours, and then I'm like, I'm gonna stream for an hour, and then suddenly, Anthony, I need this from you and that from you. Take out the trash, rub my feet. Bitch, what?
Why did it? What, you waited all day? You waited for me to specifically close my door and just start screaming at the top of my lungs to decide, hey, I'm gonna go fucking bug him. So but yeah, I think that's really dope. I haven't really had too many people reach out to me yet. I mean, there was that one company that wanted to do it was like some stupid ass fucking partnership or whatever. They wanted like people specifically in Los Angeles to like come to their studio and do skits and shit, and they pay them, and like I don't know, that just seemed like the most suspect shit. Like I was just like, I'm not gonna be a part of this.
Yeah, I've started to come to this experience to where, like, obviously in my earlier stages I wasn't really getting these types of interactions much. You have to sort of, when you're a small channel, go out and get your own sponsorships. But now that I'm at this point where I'm getting a lot of emails, like, it's interesting how I don't really, like, I'm not having experience with dealing with this stuff, so it's very interesting on how I interact with some. Like, some I just ignore, some it's just like, they offer a good amount of money, but like, and see, it's kind of hard to try to talk to somebody about this that doesn't make channel, like content, because it's like, they don't see the direct, like, one-to-one translation. But like, sometimes somebody would be like, oh, we'll give you like $2,000, but you got to make a video on our mobile game. And it's like, I don't want to make a video on this mobile game. So it's like, okay, yeah, that's why they're offering you so much money, because they're asking a lot from you. But then when I think about the amount of effort and time that I would have to put in to make that video, just like physically and mentally, I could probably, like, maybe not in the short term, maybe not an immediate translation, but what if I instead just made videos that I wanted to do and streamed that I wanted? Like, I feel like the whole purpose of, in my opinion, being a YouTuber isn't to make a lot of money. The whole purpose of being a YouTuber is to make money without going to work. It's not that it's a very, like, that's basically what it is. It's not that it's a lucrative job, but
right.
It's something that you can do and make a living on without actually ever feeling like you're working. And it's just me doing the same shit that I would be doing otherwise, whether someone would be seeing me or not. But it's basically just not having a job and getting paid to do it. That's how I see YouTube. So, like,
hey man, that's how I started to look at it, because I decided the other day to make a cancerous anime channel, and no, I shit you not, and so far I'm keeping it on the low. I'm just want people to find it when it reaches 100,000 subs, which actually, now that I was like looking at it, hold on, let me actually look at the stats, because I did a Boruto live reaction, I did a Dragon Ball Super live reaction, and I did let me see, I did like another fucking My Hero video or something, hold on, and I think it got up to like 50 subs the first day. So that's how I knew I'm done fucking around. Like, yeah, yeah, it's already at 49 subs and I only have 3 videos out. So anime is lucrative, and I'm coming for your necks. I'm just letting everybody know. So when you see it pop up, so don't be surprised. Just letting you know.
I've said this so many times, but like I've just came to terms, like, I've figured out the YouTube formula. You have to start out with a niche audience and then branch out after you've established a base. Like, if you're going to be I mean, well, anything, like, you either have to, like, there's a few things, like, it can be anime or whatever, it can just be YouTube drama. Like, if you're one of those channels that you're just talking about just like trending topics, you're gonna make a Logan Paul video, you're gonna make a fidget spinner video, you know, you're gonna make videos on the KSI fight, like, you're gonna just make videos on like YouTube drama stuff. Like, that's basically what it comes down to.
Yeah.
And every channel that I've seen, it's either or. It's one of those things. It's either anime or YouTube drama. Like, it's one of those two things.
Yeah, and then people aren't realizing like how deep of a source that really fucking is. So
yeah, or like, and then if it's gaming, it has to be the most popular games, like Yandere Simulator, Fortnite, Hello Neighbor, Five Nights at Freddy's. So it's very specific if you want to just do gaming, like,
exactly. Unless you're somebody like me, who, by the way, I talk about this on my show, Canon Culture, all the time, is if you're doing it for one of the 3 C's. If you're doing it for cash, which, I mean, at early stages of YouTube, you're not making any money. You just really aren't. Like, let's all be real.
Like people like will always argue, and, you know, not non-YouTubers, like, oh man, yeah, some people just do YouTube for the money. I don't feel like it's anybody does YouTube.
Do you get up and go to your day job just for the money, or do you genuinely enjoy going to whatever the fuck factory that you're working at? Let me know.
Because you honestly, you couldn't do YouTube just for the money, because you're working way more for how much you get paid. So it's like, especially in the early stages. So it's kind of like, I put that in the same category as like being a teacher, or especially nowadays, because they don't have their pensions anymore, police officers. Like, you don't become a police officer or a teacher for the money. You become a teacher because you like teaching, or because you
Mystic with the host.
Stupid reason someone would want to be a police officer for. But let me bring my mic closer. Let me get all ASMR on.
Thank you. Oh my god. Whoa. Okay. Back up just a few inches. Just a few inches, man. Come on. You in too deep. Pull out. That's not gay. It's not gay. I think you pulled too far. Hello? Did you break something? That's it, guys. Stream over. He broke something. So, fuck, you guys in these notifications. Oh, awesome. Thank you guys for all the support. I appreciate it. So we're just gonna delay while this man is fixing. What's up, Jakeezy? We're just gonna delay it a little bit until he can fix his shit. Have you fixed it yet? No? Yes? No? Hold on, let me click your stream and find out. Let me see. Oh.
What the fuck?
Why does it sound like you're talking to me through a cell phone? Oh, okay. It's very interesting.
All right, there you go.
Okay, much better.
My mic in and I don't know, like the light was still on, but like it's like it wasn't fully unplugged, but like Discord stopped detecting it. But
see, that's what happens when you start
Android 21 is
fucking around with shit.
What were we talking about? I lost my train of thought.
No, we were talking about an episode of Canon Culture where I was talking about you either do it for one of the 3 C's. Yeah. You either do you know, content or do whatever it is that you do with the rest of your life with the 3 C's. Either it's cash, clout, or for the culture. Okay, so obviously at the beginning of YouTube you're not making any cash. You're just really not. Like you can't even front about it. You can do it. You can do things for the clout, which is basically like doing an internship or doing something for free for so long to where people are just like, yo, we respect you, or we know you're somebody in this community and we want to fuck with you, or you're doing it for the culture. And that is probably the best one that you can do it for, because you're essentially making videos and making content for the people that also want to make content or also want to like just do anything. That's why some things are just so important, and like holding conversations with like certain creators and stuff is really important. Like I feel like every time just to use him as an example, because you know he's very close.
Pause real quick. People are saying they still can't hear me, but
let me take a look.
That wouldn't make any sense.
Let me see. Let me pull up your stream real quick.
Oh, hold on. Just to let you guys know. Wait, actually, hold on.
Yeah, I can't hear you in your stream. Let me see. Let me pull up your stream real quick. Yeah, I can hear myself.
I'm not, but I haven't been talking though. Like, is it not? Is it like they can't hear me when my thing lights up? Or hold on, I'm gonna unmute my stream to test this.
Yeah, when it lights up, I can't hear you in your stream.
Oh, you're right. Oh,
yeah.
Fuck. Okay,
so,
hold on.
Over here breaking shit live.
Oh, you know what? I probably know why. It's probably. Yeah. Hold on. Okay. Okay. No. Still no feedback.
No. I just closed it. I was just like, I don't. Oh yeah, Jakeezy on. We can hear him on my end because I didn't break anything.
Yeah, okay, sorry about that, guys. When my mic got disconnected, it like disconnected from everything. Because I, you know, when I moved it closer and all ASMR on your ass and shit. I don't know why I did that, but
you fucking
whatever. Okay, now you guys can hear me.
Okay. Great.
All right. Anyway, but so, it's not. You didn't miss anything because I wasn't saying anything anyways.
Yeah, yeah. So as
with what you were saying.
Yeah, as an example, when you're doing stuff for, you know, obviously for the money, you can't make money at the beginning. You're doing shit for the clout because people want to, you know, you want people to fucking respect you. You want people to fuck with you and stuff like that. And that's essentially for making friends. And doing something for the culture, I feel like, is the most important. So when it comes to other people that you don't fucking know and just like kind of. I can use him as an example because we know him so well, is Afro Sinju. The way he does his videos is, I would like to think it's for the culture because he has his like, what is that? The Plus Ultra Challenge where he challenges his audience and like people who are clearly way smaller than him to just make a video a day type of thing. And that is something that pushes forward the narrative of not just like anime YouTubers, but YouTubers in general, because you'll have a bunch of people like, you know, who make different videos and shit like that. Like I'm sure tons of people watch Casey Neistat that are also anime fans and they also want to be YouTubers. So when they see an Afro Sinju video about, yeah, just fuck it, just upload for 2 straight weeks. That is your challenge. It doesn't matter what it is, you know, that gives somebody the motivation and the initiative to be like, you know what, I do want to be a YouTuber. Let me go forward and just start uploading videos and shit like that. And so that's doing shit for the culture. So, you know,
what I would definitely say though is like if you're somebody who's like a smaller channel, I would say to upload every day and to focus more on quality over quantity, because that's just how the algorithm works. They prefer consistency over how good your videos are. And then chances are when you're starting out, your content isn't really that good anyways, so there's no use in trying that hard. Like I would still say try, but gradually. Like don't sacrifice consistency for quality, because you're not even going to get the chance to grow, to experiment. And that's what I sort of do, is I I do experiment and try to make my content better, but I do it over time. But something that I've started to just recently start to do, I would say like in the past week, is I've started to not necessarily sacrifice one for the other, but find this middle ground. So I'm not trying to upload every day, but I'm not trying to be super inconsistent. I'm trying to maybe do every other day. So if you've seen like these large gaps, because sometimes I'll be editing a video and I just feel like sometimes I will like put out a video when I feel like I could have done more to it, but for the sake of time, I'll just put it out. So now I don't really do that anymore. So I'll take the time to edit a video more. And I like how, and I don't really, and honestly expect the average viewer to ever really notice the change in quality of my videos, but I feel like as a fellow YouTuber, I like how Afro pointed it out. Like he immediately, like I think within the third or fourth video, said, "Oh, I see that jump in quality that you made." So, so yeah, that's definitely what I was trying to do for that. But if you're in the early stages, like any of you guys in the stream are trying to, oh yeah, that's right, Kay in the chat, you forgot to say clickbait. That's another staple too. You got to clickbait. That's
I mean, everything on the internet is essentially clickbait. From fucking,
not clickbaiting, you're doing
you'll never
wrong.
Believe what this person did type of, like, you know, BuzzFeed click articles and
literally
shit like
everybody
that.
does it, and what I say all the time, if you go find me a channel that doesn't use clickbait and let me know how well they're doing. I genuinely want an example, because I've yet to see one. You know what's funny too, when I do those sort of like statements, go find me a channel that does this, and then people will think that they find one and think that they proved me wrong, but they didn't. Like I remember I was on Twitter and I was having some debate where I was telling people, yeah, clickbait works, and then this guy was responding to that tweet saying, well, I don't know, man, I'm looking at your channel and your most clickbaity videos have the least amount of views, so it's clearly not working for you. And I'm like, what? Who are you measuring me up next to? Because I get really good views, like especially for my sub count, so I don't know what you're talking about. And he's like, oh, you haven't really gotten a lot of really good views in a while now. I'm like, go find me a channel with even around the same subs as me, even more subs than me, that gets the same amount of views that I do, or even in the ballpark. And the channels that they found that would get a lot more views than me, they upload it like once every 3 weeks. I'm like, that doesn't count. Like, it's a lot easier to get a lot of views on a video when you have less. And one of the examples that I use is like saying you get somebody who's in the NBA and they shoot hoops all the time, and I go out in the park right now and I shoot 3 hoops and I make all 3. Well, yes, my consistency in making hoops is obviously going to be better.
You have a 100% win ratio right there.
Yeah, like I have 100% win ratio because I played 1 game, whereas they played 99. Like that's a stupid comparison to make. So you can't compare me to somebody who makes less videos. Like I could easily pick apart my top viewed videos and then eliminate all the other videos, and then I would have an average of 1 million views per video because I have at least 10 videos with 1 million views on them. So that was a dumb comparison. But yeah, so that's what I would say. Go find me a channel that doesn't use clickbait, that does really well, like really well, and I don't really know of them. And usually also, if you get a channel that doesn't use clickbait, they're one of those instances where it's a crowdsourced type of thing, and that's another thing that you could do, but it's a lot of harder work. But if you can pull it off, it's worth it in the end, in the sense that you have some people who are fully funded on Patreon by their supporters, or you know, so it's basically like just a fan-funded type of situation. But obviously, you have to build you have to establish a fan base to do that, and that takes a lot of work. You know, that's not easy. So that's why I always just say the just clickbait consistency model is a lot easier and more accessible to the everyday person. Not everyone has that charismatic personality to develop a really niche audience early on that can fund them like that. So I honestly, if I could do that, I would. I honestly don't know how some people do it. Like some people do it really well, and I guess maybe, I think a lot of times what it comes down to is they have a very niche sort of perspective, and so they appeal to certain people for that. Like an example is Digibro. Like he doesn't upload very often. He doesn't use clickbait. He doesn't use any of those YouTube life hacks. But he gets like, I don't remember what the number was when I last checked. I don't know if he has them displayed anymore, but I think he gets like $5,000 a month via Patreon, and that's not a normal number for like anybody really. Like if you're getting that much for a Patreon, especially of his size, you only have 350,000 subscribers, and you're getting that much on your Patreon a month. That's a shit ton. Like you don't have to do any sponsorships. You don't have to upload consistently at all, and that's not even counting the AdSense that he gets. So yeah, you can get yourself a solid 5,000 patrons. You don't really ever have to make more again. Like you're set for life as far as I'm concerned. Like that's a decent wage right there.
And you know what? Since we're on the topic of money, I've never really seen it as an issue when it comes to making money on YouTube, because I know a lot of people have a really like big issue, especially when you're a small channel and you're looking up to bigger channels and you're just like, oh, well, it's easy for you to do this, that, and the other thing because you have money. And it's like, sometimes it's not about the money. Okay, you gotta throw the money to the side for a bit, and you just gotta really think about it. Like, you gotta earn your fucking spot. That's what I really want to like urge people to do. And I was watching Gary Vee on I started listening to the audio podcast, which by the way is just his fucking YouTube channel just ripped into audio forms, and now I can listen to it in the car on Spotify.
By the way, I have to interject before you continue. I haven't subscribed to Gary Vee. He's one of those channels I haven't subscribed to just because, well, no, I think I didn't subscribe to his second channel, not his first channel, just because like I think that he gives a lot of great advice, and you know, it's all very interesting, but it gets redundant after a while. Like, you've
learned all you can. Like, yeah, you've graduated out of the You've graduated out of the 101 class that he's been teaching for the past like 10 years, and you've already graduated out of the 201 class that he doesn't teach, and then you're already in the 301 class because you're just like, well, shit, at this point, everything is applied practically, and what do I need the teacher for? So yeah, if I'm like learning everything on my own,
I know where to find him, but I don't need to be subscribed for that. Like, I don't need to get it daily or anything. So.
Exactly. So I was listening to the audio version of his podcast, and I'm actually thinking about doing the shit that he's been doing because, as you know, like with Canon Culture, the thing I try to do is all of these people that say they want to be YouTubers or say they want to be actors, producers, directors, you know, they want to be in the movies, in the music industry, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, I can give you, I know all of these industries very well, and I can tell you how to make money from it. But the thing is, and I've noticed this because even on our podcast we talked about it, 99% of the people that we give this advice to, they don't end up fucking using it because they just end up thinking that they know everything, they'll figure it out, this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, oh, okay, all right, yeah, sure. How's that working out for you? So that's the reason why I decided to start an anime channel. I'm like, yo, I was even talking to Tony because Tony actually is a partner with me on the channel. And I was like, okay, Tony, so all we got to do is get up to like $5,000 a month. That's it. So we'll do Patreon, we'll do Twitch, we'll do this, that, and the other thing, and just do money grabs all over the place. Because fuck it. If we're providing good content, we're giving you free shit, and just you don't have to pay anything for it, and we're just getting AdSense, or if you want to give us $1 on Patreon or whatever, and we're just giving you value, then there's nothing wrong with us sitting here and saying, hey, you should give us money because we're giving you value. You know what I mean? Like you pay $17 every now and then to go see fucking Infinity War and shit like that, and all these other Marvel movies and shit. You are literally paying $17 for a one-time experience. You got to pay $1, and you pay $1 on a fucking Patreon, which, by the way, is not mandatory because I'm gonna put out the content anyway. Yeah. And for 30 consecutive days, I'm giving you plenty of fucking free gems every single day. So if you want to learn how to make a dope-ass YouTube channel, or if you want to learn how to make a dope-ass anime channel and make tons of money and shit like that, bro, we are giving away gems all the time. And if you think we haven't, we have 70, how many episodes of the podcast do we have? Like 71 episodes, and every single episode we talk about some YouTube shit. So it's literally just YouTube knowledge all over the place.
Yeah, I feel like that's what, like, I think Patreons are like basically like a non-mandatory subscription service. And I always tell people, I'm like, if my channel isn't worth that much to you, I wouldn't say to donate to my Patreon because I wouldn't do that either. But I would say if you like watch my videos every day, if you mean what you say when you say, oh, I'm your favorite YouTuber, my videos light up your day all the time, well, show that that's worth it to you. Like, and I've been getting some pretty good Patreon like pledges recently. So, and then what I also like is that, like, it's more of like, I don't really have I would say a lot, but every time a new person does pledge, they'll pledge like $10. Like, I very rarely get new $1 pledges. They're usually large.
Oh, dude, I don't get no fucking pledges. I mean, the ones I do are all subscription ones on Twitch. So anybody that really fucks with me, they don't give me like super chat or anything. They give me like the Twitch subscription thing, which I think I have like 8 or 9 people on Twitch subscription, and everybody else just joins my Discord. So, really, it's another interesting thing when you have situations like that, because then you'll have a bunch of, I know for like your audience and my audience are almost 2 different age ranges. Like yours is in between like 13, well, I guess not, because it's really only 13 to like 17 and 18 to 25 are like the huge, like, those are the markets that we're both hitting. So for a lot of I'll have to say this, is kids in the audience, oh, I don't have a credit card, or my parents don't let me do this, that, and the other. Let me remedy this for you. Save up your allowance, okay? Go to 7-Eleven, get one of the vanilla prepaid cards, and put like $5 on it. That is now considered a debit card or a credit card. You can use that.
Like wait, I'm trying to remember though. I think, you know, and I think there is some, you do need like a bank account or something to associate. Because I was gonna say you could just set up a PayPal. Like you don't need, I don't think you need a credit card for a PayPal. But
no, you don't. Actually, what you can do is you can get those prepaid cards that you can, like, they're like gift cards. They're like vanilla gift cards or whatever. They're like Visa, MasterCard, and they're not like Best Buy gift cards or anything like that. It's literally just a Visa gift card or a MasterCard gift card, and you can put like $5 on it, and you can use that on PayPal as a pay card. So that's how you donate to your favorite streamers. That's how you donate to your favorite content creators. That's how you buy things online without having to go around your.
To just do the
So that's that's how you circumvent going around your. So if you really want to support your favorite content creators and you're like, I have no money or I don't have a credit card or something like that, I just gave you an answer, okay? Because that's what I'm here for, okay? I'm always giving people answers to the questions that they don't even fucking ask. So with that being said, yeah. I think everybody should just get as much money as they possibly can. And I also, another thing that I've learned in my hiatus of like not doing videos is that there's no such thing as competition. Because everybody can eat, especially when it comes to making videos. Yeah, I mean, there's 7.5 billion people on the planet. Okay, and over 3.4 billion of them are using the internet, and that's only half. That's only like me using this random number that I assume half of the people on the planet know how to use the internet or are capable of using the internet. So if there's 3.45 billion people on the planet, I don't need everybody on the planet to watch my videos. And if somebody's watching, you know, some other fucking channel, I don't even have any channels that relate to mine, so there's no competition for me because I offer shit that you can't find on the internet.
But before we get too far into the podcast, Jay, I remember you mentioning, I'm actually genuinely curious. You said you wanted to talk about Dragon Ball Super, so I want to know what your thoughts are.
Oh, yeah, let me finish. Let me finish this. Let me finish this statement, and then we'll talk about that. Because that kind of threw me off a little bit. There's no such thing as competition because everybody can click a different video. And just by clicking somebody else's video, you're helping support them in a way. Even if you can't donate to them, hit the fucking share button because you'll know somebody who can possibly do that. And that's why in my chat, I was saying that Facebook is dead and stuff like that. Most of you guys are in between the ages of 13 to 17. You don't need Facebook because you don't have that many actual friends. You just don't. I'm sorry to let you know, but your online friends are not your friends. And let me tell you, like I have another episode of Canon Culture coming up next week where I'm going to talk about that. So we'll get into that then. But anyway, even if you just hit the share button, that is how you support your favorite content creators. Now, with that being said, talking about Dragon Ball Super. So I made a video this past week on how I think Jiren is now a shit character. Okay, because Jiren went from this character that was badass to be badass just for a badass reason, just to be badass, until they gave him this, oh, my village was murdered by a villain type thing, and it was just probably Goku Black or something. I don't fucking know, and I don't fucking care, to be honest with you. It could have been Goku Black. I'm just saying. So Jiren was this character who you respected when he first showed up because you were like, yo, you do not want to fuck with this one nigga. Don't touch him. Just don't fuck with that guy. You see him, run the other direction, okay? Because he'll Ricky your shit right off the fucking stage, I promise you. And so he went from this antagonist, which is not a villain. He is an antagonist. He is in the protagonist, the main character's way. So he had no he had no choice but to obviously fight in the tournament.
Nothing about him is what made him such a good character.
Exactly.
To flesh him out.
Yeah.
It's like that mystery, that allure is what made him intriguing. But then when you gave him a backstory, and especially when you're someone like, well, I mean, there's a lot of people that
actually, now that I think about it,
is a good writer, but
now that I think about it,
at making dope characters.
Hit is a perfect character. Hit is perfect because we don't know anything about him. We still don't know his backstory and all that other shit, and that's what makes him cool.
What I would say too is that when you come up with, when you're trying to like introduce like information to these characters where you know nothing about, I would say give it to them in pieces. But you don't have to do the whole story. Like they could have just teased that Jiren's parents got murdered by some. Maybe they just showed it, but they didn't tell you the whole story because then they have the freedom to manipulate the information in the future. But they by giving it a solid full-blown Sasuke Kurapika's backstory, now it's set in stone and it's just a whack backstory and you can't really do much more with that. So
yeah, and by keeping a character shrouded in mystery, it actually makes them scarier. So there's one thing that you all of my years of film school and like learning about films and stuff, the scariest movies out there are the movies that are considered suspense and not horror, because they never show the monster. And like when you
I think that it's like psychological horror, like they leave it to your own imagination.
Exactly. So it was like watching the first Cloverfield before the 45-minute mark. When they show the so when they don't show the monster, that is what truly makes things scary. And like,
because your own imagination is the scariest thing that could possibly
exactly, because you're not sure what the fuck this thing looks like, how fast it is, you know, like how big it is. Like you can't size it up. So you can't figure out, like, can I take this thing? Can I not take this thing? You know, it doesn't give you that chance of that fight or flight response. And even though you're watching a movie, that's still the human body's natural anxiety that's kind of leaking out there. And it's just like, you're kind of stuck in this, holy shit, I don't know what the fuck is going on. It's like when you're playing Alien Isolation and you really don't see the alien until like a good almost hour in, but it still gives you that eerie, creepy type of fucking feeling that thing could pop up on you at any moment, even though it doesn't show up for the first 25 minutes, but they're still doing jump scares for some fucking reason. So that is what truly makes that shit scary, is that you don't know, is the idea of not knowing. So that's also good for character development. When you don't know anything about this character, holy shit, this character could potentially fucking murder me, or murder my favorite character, which, by the way, brings me into another point. I fucking hate Goku. I can't stand Goku. Goku is the most annoying fucking character in all of anime history, and I started watching Black Clover, okay? So let's just be clear. Goku is by far the worst fucking character. Now, I was very excited.
And I think people will sometimes, they'll get it confused. Like, we're not debating that Goku's not a badass and that all of his transformations.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
But it's like there's no substance behind it. It's very hard to sort of like, and I honestly feel like the best way you can make the most intriguing battles is not really the actual battle itself, but like what's like behind the battle. Like, I would say a perfect example is in My Hero Academia Season 2, when Midori was fighting against Todoroki in the tournament. Because you've seen where both of those characters came from, they both had character development leading up to that fight. It wasn't just cool to see the battle like because of the animation, but because of these two characters' ideals clashing and seeing like what they had to get through, and knowing how strong Todoroki was, and seeing Midori go toe-to-toe with a character of that caliber, it adds all of that nuance to the fight, and it makes it that much more interesting.
And it also,
you're not really invested in Goku as a person. At least I'm not. I'm just invested in
he's a person.
Yeah, like, you don't really give a shit. Like, Goku doesn't really have a personality that you get behind. And then Jiren, you were kind of maybe behind him to an extent too, until he got his also equally shitty backstory. So I'm going to say, you can hate me if I want, but I've never thought that Toriyama was good at writing characters. I just feel like he's good at writing really dope fights, really dope encounters, but he's not really good at writing characters. And I feel like if you have really dope written characters, then it does most of the work for you. So you don't really have to have the best animation or the best transformation or keep coming up with new ideas. Just make the characters interesting and realistically fleshed out, and then you'll be interested to see them do whatever they want.
And that's why I tell people,
I have with Goku, yeah.
That's why I tell people that Vegeta is probably the best character. Vegeta next to Piccolo is probably the best character in all of Dragon Ball.
Especially because, like, oh my god, yes, that's actually a good comparison. Because just take Vegeta from the first season of Dragon Ball Z and now. Or he
literally came to this planet to kill niggas. And then all of a sudden,
they both went through entire character arcs. Fucking Goku, go back to the first episode of Dragon Ball to now. He's the exact same fucking person.
He really is. His motto is, I want to fight strong people so I can get stronger to fight stronger people. Vegeta said, I'm coming to this planet to destroy everything on it. And then once I do that, I'm going to destroy another and then rule that one. And then I'm going to fuck bitches on this planet. And then I'm going to allow Nappa to go fuck those bug things on that planet because he's fucking weird. Okay? And then after that, he developed a friendship with the guy that he wanted to murder the most in this entire universe. And he became his best friend, and then fucked a bitch, had a kid, and decided, you know what, maybe I don't want to blow up this planet at all. I want to just continue to fuck bitches, but this blue-haired one, she's really gonna fuck me over if I decide to do that. So
I wouldn't say that Akira Toriyama can't write good character arcs. He just, I guess, emphasizes.
He just writes Goku bad.
For whatever reason.
It's just Goku.
Like, and it doesn't help that he's the main character either. Oh yeah, that's true. Android 17 had a good character arc too, where you see when he started. I think that Android 17 isn't to the degree of Vegeta or Piccolo, just because we didn't really see his development. We sort of saw the beginning and the end. We
not
didn't
even
see
close.
Progression over time.
He might be in the top 10.
Yeah, Android 17. I wouldn't say he's like a good developed character just in general, but if you're gonna compare him to his competition
Amari with a $3 Patreon,
like Android 17. I mean, you can sort of piece together how he became how he was. Like, okay, when he probably similar to Vegeta, you know, he had kids and got married and probably, but you don't really see that. You see that he's a bad guy, and then he shows up again, and he's a good guy.
And I also want to point out.
Wait, what? I'm done. What are you gonna say?
Oh, I also want to point out the amount of fake fans that some of you niggas are, okay? A lot of you niggas claim that you give a shit about Android 17 and, oh my god, you know, he survived, this, that, and the other thing. I'm so glad I knew he was alive. Let me tell you how you niggas are fake fans, because first of all, none of you niggas gave a shit about Android 17 before the Tournament of Power. None of you niggas gave a shit about Android 17 during the beginning of Dragon Ball Super. So why are you niggas suddenly up in a roar? Oh, 17 might be dead or whatever.
I think the reason why, and I'm kind of on this boat too, I think the reason why people are getting behind Android 17 now is because of seeing how much he has done in this tournament. Like, you just did not expect that from him. It's not necessarily something like, oh, you know, you aren't OG Android 17 fans. It's like he's done a lot to sort of prove himself. Like,
that's true.
He's taken, he's done more work than fucking Gohan. I would even say he's taken out more people than Vegeta. But at the same time, though, I would say, okay, yeah, he's definitely the GOAT of the tournament, but I'm not really I'm not that invested in him. Like, when he self-destructed, quote, quote, and everyone was complaining when he
I would have given him, had he died, I would have given him MVP of the tournament.
Well, like, I mean, it's like, that would have been nice and all, but I wouldn't have cared that much, because I still feel like...
Exactly!
I'm glad that he's not dead, though, because I feel like he just started to become a character that I care about. But you can't kill him off right when you get, like, I hate when shows is like, oh my god, I'm not even gonna get into this fucking show, but Walking Dead does this a lot too. They finally make you care about a character just a little bit, like they begin to start you on the track of caring about that character, and then that's when they kill them off. No, that's not how it works. You don't try to make me care about the character and then kill them in the same episode. You haven't even given me time to develop those feelings yet.
You're
supposed to make me care about a character and then give them an arc and then kill them off.
Yeah, you do it like Game of Thrones. You get me attached to this character, make me think like you make me think this character's a villain during season 1, and by season 4, season 5, I'm like, oh my god, Jamie, no, that's a fucking dragon. Like, what are you doing?
Right? Game of Thrones does that amazingly, and they can do that with new characters too. I mean, think of fuck, what was his name? Oberyn Martell, the guy with the spear. Like, well, spoilers for Game of Thrones season 5, whatever it was, for those who haven't watched, but he dies and is introduced in the same season. But when he dies, you know, when the mountain blows his head, you're just like, ooh, like, you felt that, like, you cared. It was like, fuck.
Because he came to the distress of
and given stuff for you to care for him about.
Exactly,
so,
yeah. He came to the distress of some of our other favorite characters. That's what it was. So.
Yeah, like, in that too. Also, it helps if you give them other characters, like, if you connect them with those characters. So now you associate your emotions with that character with another character that you've already kind of come to know. And Android 17 has done that with, like, you know, putting him in the tournament with other people. So not only would he, like, not only is Android 17 sacrifice for himself, but it's to save other people. But I still feel like he wasn't given enough time, though. It was just all condensed too much. So that's why I'm glad that he's still alive. So he has more time to become more interesting for you to actually care about his character. So. All right, what other thoughts did you have, Jay? You don't like Goku.
Yeah, I don't fuck with Goku. I think the Tournament of Power I think Jiren just needs to win, man. Jiren just needs to fucking body everybody else, because at this point, if even Ultra Instinct Goku, like, fully mastered and everything, okay, great. Yeah, you were working Jiren. You were working that nigga. You fucked up. You fucked up because you took too long to beat his ass. And I don't know how all of a sudden the hope of the universe is Frieza and Android 17. I want to remind people that Frieza got destroyed by Toppo. Okay, Android 17 got wrecked by Toppo. Who is stronger than Toppo? Jiren, my nigga. Jiren. Oh,
yeah, power levels are so inconsistent in this anime. I'm done trying to and he even used me in his little parody video, Seth the Programmer, because I am one of the people who sort of think power scaling is kind of pointless. I understand why people do it and the fun behind it, but I can't take it seriously because the power scaling keeps changing because it's so inconsistent within the show. And even Seth has mentioned this himself, how they contradict their power scaling within the show.
All of a sudden
you have to start all the way over with your power scaling, so it's just not worth the effort. So I don't really even attempt that.
Hey,
so yeah,
you know what?
I just stronger than this guy, so he should be able to beat this guy.
I just want to keep the same consistent energy throughout the Tournament of Power. That's all I want. It's just, I mean, I'd be perfectly fine with Jiren.
long too, Jay.
Oh yeah, isn't there a certain point where they run out of time and whoever has the most fighters wins?
Yeah, in fact, I even remember I was getting comments that people were saying that the tournament narrator that sort of talked about everything at the end of the episode, he just stopped telling you how much time was left because the way that they calculated it was so fucked that they couldn't calculate it.
Because they got down to like 2 of the the stacked pillars, and they were like, "Oh yeah, there's like 10 minutes left of the tournament." I was like,
the last little notch.
I was like, a lot of shit is happening in a span of 35 seconds, my nigga.
Yeah,
I just want to, I just want to point that out.
Video too. I was saying this in my previous Dragon Ball Super video. Stop trying to calculate and make sense out of the time limit. Just accept that it's bullshit and then move on.
And besides, everybody knows. Everybody knows whenever Frieza's involved in anything, like he's just in the vicinity, time moves differently. Time completely moves differently. I just want to let everybody know.
Frieza's a real time skip OG, okay? He's a real manipulator of time.
First of all, fuck what the fuck hit is on, okay? It's all about that Frieza time skip, nigga. I want that shit. 5 minutes, it's 5 years.
Once you've accepted that Dragon Ball Super has no logic, then you can truly enjoy it like I do. Because that's what made me sort of stop complaining about this show. I stopped trying to argue against the logic and the contradictions and the paradoxes and the plot holes, and just be like, it's just good fun. Just turn your brain off and watch the show. That's what you got to do.
Yeah. So, you know, I just want a little bit of more consistency when these Asians are making shows. I just want to say that, okay? So, I'd be okay with Jiren winning the Tournament of Power, and then all of a sudden having this whole, so that's what friendship is like, and Goku gives him a speech at the end, and then
cliche as it is.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. I mean, you know, it's either gonna be Goku that makes the wish, or it's Jiren who's gonna make the wish. Think about it, because they're not gonna give it to Frieza, and they're definitely not gonna give it to Android 17 because he's a minor character. So it's either gonna be Goku or Jiren, and they're gonna wish for everybody to come back to life and just be happy and go lucky and blah 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 blah. The only thing I'm really looking forward to for the rest of Dragon Ball Super, and I know I'm not the only person who's thinking this, I want to see Goku versus Vegeta, or Goku and Vegeta versus Beerus. That is the only thing that I give a shit about, because if you niggas don't recall, the only reason why we got Dragon Ball Super is because Beerus. That's it. I just want to remind you guys.
We'll probably never get this, but like I feel like we've never really gotten, since the original Dragon Ball Z, a full power, like a true, even then, we've never got Goku and Vegeta go all out against each other before. Like, and I don't know what situation they would have to create for this to happen, but like I'm talking to the death. Like I'm talking like full throttle, full power. And obviously they wouldn't end up killing each other. Something would end up happening, but I would at least have them go through the motions of fighting at full strength against each other.
That would be
cool. Even when you think back to Dragon Ball Z, where Vegeta became Majin Vegeta and he fought Goku, and that was them going all out. Goku was holding back. He had Super Saiyan 3 and didn't use it. So they've never really used their full strength. Now, you could argue, well, how would Vegeta even be able to go against Goku? Because he just keeps surpassing him. Yeah, stop doing that shit, too. Stop making fucking Goku so much stronger than Vegeta. That has never been the case. Goku's always been a step ahead of Vegeta, but Vegeta's always held a candle to him. But now it just seems like Goku just shits on Vegeta. He laps his ass. I don't
almost. I mean, if we're going to keep the same consistent energy, power scaling doesn't matter. It doesn't.
Oh, true.
Yeah, power scaling does not matter, bro.
You don't even need to explain why they're able to go toe to toe with each other.
Because let me tell you,
Krillin can fight against Super Saiyan Blue, but then I always
Krillin can fight Super Saiyan Blue. That's an extra power up, by the way. Not having a nose, it's like not having a dick. It's like you can run faster. Like, think about it.
Right, just, like when you
don't have the extra weight.
Of Game of Thrones when fucking I can't remember his real name. Reek, when he got kicked in the nuts.
Oh, bro. He's just like, ha! This is my secret weapon, faggot. Like, and then proceeds to beat the shit out of this dude. Exactly. So, you know what? I don't think... Yeah, I don't think... the only thing that we might get is Goku versus Beerus, because Beerus seems a little shaken up by Goku powering up so much. So, even then, I don't think... he like holds a candle to Beerus. Just because
I'm curious how strong Beerus is in comparison to Ultra Instinct. So.
Yeah, because even Beerus is just like with Whis just clowning around and just basically throwing Beerus under the bus. Like, yeah, even Beerus doesn't know Ultra Instinct. Like, what the fuck, my nigga? Like, you're not supposed to give that shit away. You're telling me the secret ingredient, and I don't even know if I like the fucking meal yet. What the fuck? What are you doing?
You don't give him the Krabby Patty formula unless you learn it yourself.
Exactly. So unless Beerus has some magical transformation where he grows wings and he has like these demonic claws or something that we don't fucking know about, it's like, dude, you're giving away the secret sauce, and I don't really want to fuck with that. So that's all I got to say about Dragon Ball Super.
Jay. I want to know. So what's from like, it's I don't give a shit, it's all right, or it's super epic. How do you feel about Ultra Instinct? Like, what are your impressions on that? Now having seen its full form.
okay, let me give you 3 stages. In the beginning, I thought Ultra Instinct was not a form. I thought it was an ability, because you just use it in your natural state, which is why his hair was black. I was like, maybe this is just something that's activated and it never turns off. So it's a mode, really more like less like a transformation. But now that there's an actual transformation behind it, it's like, it's kind of, I mean, it is what it is. It's just another gimmicky power-up that Goku needed to fight another villain, just like how Super Saiyan Blue was not enough to fight Hit, so he was just like, I got Kaioken. So, I mean, the only person who I really want to see get another, like, major power-up is Vegeta, because Royal Blue transformation is just not enough, and that's what I personally call it. I call it Royal Blue, just because that's...
Yeah, and you know, it feels
he's
like
the Prince of all Saiyans, bro, like...
Vegeta gets that new transformation, I don't really got the impression that he got stronger at all. He doesn't feel stronger in the slightest. There's been no representation to make me think that he's stronger now. You figure Goku, when he transforms, he can suddenly fight against somebody he wasn't able to go toe-to-toe with before.
And it's actually, like, it's interesting, because even against Topo, when he went Royal Blue, he was still fighting him at the same amount of caliber, so I'm just like, alright, you know, whatever, I guess. So... You know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little bit mixed on that. Well, so what I feel about Ultra Instinct, as badass as I think this fight is and as cool as I think it is, and you know, they're kind of teasing this, and I don't know if maybe this will be, I don't know how the results will be later on, but I want Ultra Instinct to be like a movie transformation. I want it to be something that Goku can't use anymore. Like, he shouldn't be able to he shouldn't even attempt it ever again, I feel like.
I don't know, man. After getting shot in the chest by himself, you know, maybe he can't use it again.
That's definitely not going to be the case. Like, I know that. I'm not even like delirious in a scenario where that's the case. But I feel like Ultra Instinct should be one of those things like a spirit bomb powered by everybody within the universe. It should be just like something that you can use against one guy, but it's like, okay, I'll kill myself if I use this against. Let me not use Ultra Instinct anymore. And obviously that's not gonna be the case, but that would sort of ground it within reality. I'm tired of Goku getting so many power-ups. Like, so now, and you know how Goku's got to go through every transformation when he fights. I like how when Vegeta fights, he's just like, I have Super Saiyan Blue, I'm going into my strongest transformation. All those other transformations don't exist anymore. Goku is like gonna pull that fucking shit he did against Majin Buu. Here's Super Saiyan, and here's the Beyond Super Saiyan, or Super Saiyan 2, and this is to go beyond Super Saiyan 3, so he's gonna go through all 3 Super Saiyans in a fight, then he's gonna go, and now Super Saiyan God, and now Blue, and now Blue Kaioken, and now Ultra Instinct,
but he never,
this isn't a gay pride parade, every color on your hair, my nigga, like, oh
but
my God,
he never touches Super Saiyan 3, never. I just want to point that out.
He accesses it sometimes for like a brief instant, like, but like he'll be in it like during the tournament of power. He
didn't use it, but that's the thing, is like it's pretty consistent at this point that he doesn't use it. He used it against Beerus. He didn't use it against Gohan when he was recruiting him. He didn't use it against Krillin. He didn't use it against 17. He didn't use it against Hit. He didn't use it against Kefla. Where's Super Saiyan 3? Dispo, he did use it against Dispo. Okay. I must have skipped that episode because that's when Super was trash. So, I mean, Super's still kind of trash, but I mean, it's not like it's Boruto trash. So, which
oh yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, which reminds me, I caught up to Boruto. I watched episode 50.
I haven't. I'm like behind by a few episodes, but I see they're getting into that tuning exams now. So
yes, it's probably. I will let you know when they start doing it, because now that I'm running a cancerous anime channel, I have to be caught up on that stuff a little bit. And really, to be honest with you, I just go on Crunchyroll and I skip 15-second increments at a time.
Exactly. And like that's why I love Crunchyroll, because they have that like skip. Well, also, honestly, if you're watching stuff on like I don't know how it is on other devices, but like now they have this new media player on the new iOS for iPhone and iPad, whatever Apple devices, and they have the 15-second back forth thing on the video player. So now I can do that outside of Crunchyroll, because Crunchyroll used to be the only place that I could do that. But yeah, that's why I like that when you're on Crunchyroll. This is also very good for going through the 700 episodes of One Piece. Just keep skipping 10 seconds, 15 seconds until something interesting happens. Because really, honestly, it's all just filler, useless dialogue that isn't relevant to anything. So you don't really need to know it.
Because I got to get out of here in a minute. So we're gonna do this last little part and then do a wrap-up thing, and we'll do the plugs or whatever. A show that I have been liking, and I didn't think I was gonna like it, is Black Clover.
Yeah, Black Clover, it's not a good show, but it's not a bad show either.
It's Naruto's predecessor. That's what it is. It's
another average shonen that I'm gonna try to keep up with, so that when it gets into the hundreds of episodes, I don't have to catch up. I'm already caught up.
I think it's very interesting how the sequel to Naruto is a slice of life trash anime, but this other random one that comes out of nowhere is its actual successor. Like that, honestly, I think that's dope.
If Boruto was on the level of Black Clover, it would actually be better than Black Clover because it would have your favorite characters in it. Like, why can't Boruto just be on Black Clover levels? That's not asking for a lot. Like,
I mean, I'm just waiting for My Hero to come back and Attack on Titan. That's it. I mean,
yes, absolutely.
But I hear Attack on Titan's gonna be trash for season 3, but My Hero is gonna be dope for season 3.
I find that really hard to believe. I think it's gonna be fine.
According to the people who read the manga, and of course, like, you know, you gotta take that with a grain of salt. You gotta take that with some type of grain of salt because niggas who read manga clearly have too much time on their hands. Okay, they're not out here making YouTube videos, fucking bitches, and going to parties. So, but with that being said, I'm looking forward to My Hero. That's gonna be dope. I can't wait to make videos on that and get tons of views and take everybody's money, so that way I can start making short films. Which, by the way, I'm gonna bring this up because I want it to be public, so that way I don't have to ask you in private. If I paid you some money to do a live reaction video to something I make, can I do that?
Yeah, you wouldn't even have to pay me. I'd probably just do live reaction.
Okay, because I'm working on right now. 2 days ago I started filming a Tomb Raider parody, but it's not exactly a parody. It's basically Lara Croft versus Nathan Drake. And so we started filming 2 days ago, and so far it looks really dope. So when I finish it,
I'll live react to it. I'd probably just upload it to my channel.
See, you know, that's why I need it to be a live reaction, you know, because otherwise I'm gonna have to copyright you, and you know I think actually, you know, yeah, go ahead and re-upload it. I'm just gonna copyright you and take some money. So fuck it. So, and it's because, you know, this like new group of like actors that I've just we're a really tight knit group, and we're going to a party today out in Calabasas. So it's gonna be really, really interesting the way it's shot. I mean, it's really dope. So I wanted to show that. So because I haven't really had like my own film crew ever, but now that it's literally just like imagine being around me, but 6 times over. That's the group that I'm in. It's just that fucking awesome.
Like it'd be a loud conversation.
It is. And one of the people in the group, like, she's just this. I'll have to talk about it in private. She's just this amazing girl, and she's just fucking dope. But anyway, shameless plug time. You guys can find me on Instagram at just_Jarrett. That's JUST_JARRETT. So you guys can follow me. I usually follow a bunch of people back. Twitter, you guys can catch me on that. If not, just go to my channel, JustJaySama. That's it. We do a daily show every single day. Canon Culture is coming back on Monday with a vengeance, baby. So, you know. What about you? Do you have any major projects coming out? Like anything that you're working on? I know you have an intro coming, right?
Oh yeah. So for those of you who haven't seen it, like, and I was telling this to D. Wait, were you in the Discord during this conversation?
No.
Yesterday? I don't remember.
Oh, I haven't been in the Discord in like 2 weeks.
For those of you who saw the intro that I made for Anime Balls Deep, which I feel like was a waste, but I didn't know better at the time. I'm just taking the song that I used for that one because it was so flames that it just felt wasted on that channel that wasn't mine. So
right.
I'm using that song, but of course I'm going to add all my own clips, and it's going to be flames for that. And I also think it's going to be short too. Like, that song has a hook that's less than 20 seconds, thankfully. So it's not a fucking entire video intro. So, but yeah, other than that, I'm just trying to basically sort of up the quality of my content, upload, maybe not like as consistently, like not every day, every other day, every day if possible. And then I'm gonna try to just, on the days that I don't upload, just live stream so that there's a certain level of consistency. So I always am doing something on my channel.
Nah, fuck that. It's every day, bro. We pushing the culture every day, bro. Yeah, we gotta push the culture every day, bro. So,
so yeah, I think this format is pretty more chill. So I can see, like, so let's try, Jay, to just do this like at I guess 5 o'clock every Friday, unless something comes up and then we can reschedule or change the time or whatever.
Yeah, and then I can make it like a special episode of Canon Culture, because that's essentially all it is. I try not to make my episodes an hour long. I try to keep it within 35 to 45 minutes. I wanted to do 25 to 35 minutes, but that obviously, like, I talk too fucking much. So, and I didn't know I could carry a show like by myself. So I'm just really glad like I developed this show, because it gives me something to do every single day, and I'm really like pushing the whole Instagram thing. One other thing I do want to remind people, if you would like, you can go and support. You guys can get your first season gear of Canon Culture stuff at teespring.com/canon-culture1. Okay, so that's the last thing I want to plug. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here because I'm sleepy. Do we have anything else we want to plug?
Yep, so that's about it for me too, guys. I'll probably maybe stream something else later or upload a video, whatever it is that I'm doing. So Yeah, I guess I'll just publish this on the main channel every week. That should be fine. So
there you go. Yeah. So I'll just make it a Friday special for me. But with that being said, we're out of here, guys.
all right, yep. See you guys later.
Because it's fucking hot.